I need to clean my altar because my cycle's over and she's a bit dirty. So I thought I'd take you along with how I clean my altar. Wanna watch? Come on! So this is what my altar looks like right now. Pretty messy. Wax all over the place. Let's clean this up. First thing we're doing is going to be removing the wax. I have an old ovulation test that I'm just going to put in the garbage as well, along with the old match that I just lit that last candle with. This candle actually lasted my entire cycle, so right when I started my cycle I lit it until today, and finally the wick gave out, and right as soon as that happened my period started, so I guess this month wasn't meant to be. After that, I'm going to take one of these geese feathers here in this jar, and I'm going to sweep off all the rose petals and salt and amethyst chips that I have here, and I'm going to put them in my cauldron, and not so much the amethyst chips, but the rose petals, and I'm going to burn them for thanks of making a new cycle start. It's not really what I wanted, but at least my period this month was actually on time, which it hasn't been in the last little while, which is actually very comforting to know. So I'm just going to put them right on inside here, and then once the time comes, I'm going to have a little burn ceremony with them so that I can give my thanks for a healthy cycle. Now if you see this is me being an idiot and forgetting to out the candle before it was all finished, and it turned black and it cracked, which is just my fault. There's no meaning behind it. Unless I thought there was, or it felt like there was, but this one just felt like me being slow and forgetting to out my candle. So I'm gonna have to get Hella another one of these so that we can start giving her candle sacrifices again. So for the most part, this is how it's starting. I'm going to keep my orange offering there. This is my money bowl, so continuously adding and taking away. I have a little piece of paper in here that's just my affirmation that I want to come true from my money bowl. I have a penny over here with a match underneath it from the candle that I lit for my job, which I got hired, which is super exciting. That affirmation is actually inside my box here, which once I actually start, I'm going to take it out and thank her and probably do a Baron ceremony for that. But yeah, let's go get some incense. Let's cleanse this space. Let's put down a new barrier of salt for protection for my altar, and then maybe we can find a new candle to put there for her. I also got a teacup that I think that I'm going to put this tea that I have sitting in the corner here actually into, and then in the mornings when I have my coffee or my tea, I'm going to pour water in there so that she can also have coffee and tea with me, because Hela, as the deity that she is, or whatever you want to call her, she likes good teas and she likes good coffees and wine, and she loves items that you can give her that will rot and decay, because that's who she is. So before even me and my fiance got together, he's always burned incense, which is funny. And he burns sandalwood all the time. So he has his incense burner downstairs. It's full of the ash from the incense. I'm just going to take that and I'm going to put it in my jar for when I want to do something with it later on. So here we go. Beautiful. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my incense, I'm going to light it, I'm going to thank it for the work that it's going to do today with my space. I breathe that in and I'm going to blow out the candle. The incense, not the candle. We all know what this is. I put it over myself, but then I'm going to take it into my space here. And I'm just going to weave it around, bring it inside of everything, around my offering, around my box, around my money bowl, energizing it to continue to do what I want it to do, around my feathers, around my tarots, and my book, and the ingredients, and my pendulum, down to my bell, and my cauldron, and some more supplies that I have down there, but mainly it's here that I'm worried about. Now that we have refreshed this, just looking for any oddities of what might come of this smoke, see if there's anything that I can see in it. Anybody else sees anything, you guys can let me know down in the comments as well. Well, I've been practicing for a few years, but sometimes not everybody has the same strengths, right? If you see anything, just let me know. I'm going to take the rest of this incense, and I'm just going to place it right here in the middle, and I'm going to let it burn and do its own thing while I do other things here in the house here. Okay, as you can see, I jumped the gun. So all I did was I took the incense out, I put rose petals around my new cycle candle, which I will be lighting once my period's over, while I'm talking to Hela in the night and the morning. And then I put rose petals all around with a heavy layer of salt. And as I was doing this, I was just saying what I wanted this candle to be for. I cleansed the space again just to restart the energies before I had said my affirmations to this candle. And yeah, we'll be waiting for my period to be over now. That's it. Everything else is done. This is typical. Most mornings when I walk by, I do twinkle around my change, I'll take some out, I'll put new in, just to keep that cycle running, because it is a money jar, or a money bowl, I should say. So, yeah, that's it. That's all I do as of right now. I haven't had an altar for very long. It's literally only been about 2 months, so I'm really starting to get into this. I never had one before just because, well, as my name says, I was more just a hearth witch or a green witch. I really like herbs, and I like herbology, and I like cooking, and I like making my house full of nature. And that's my biggest thing. That's my biggest goal, was just to be better with nature and to be able to help my family and myself be healed with herbs and to be helped by them rather than taking like pharmaceutical medication. Because if I have a headache, I'm just drinking a lot of water. I'm not taking Advil and stuff like that. I'm just trying to reduce the amount of processed items that are in my body and in my family's body. And it's just really important to me. It's one of those things that's always been really important to me. So, but now I got reached out, and I was sitting one day and I was doing my tarots and my pendulum reading, and my friend was sitting right next to me, and things just started going off. Like, it was unusual, and I have found myself a deity, and now this is how long I've been working with her, and it's been very great. It's been very rewarding. You give and you get, right? Like, that's pretty typical. So yeah, it's just definitely a learning curve from that solitary, I'm just going to do what I want practice that I was doing before. Now I actually have to think about somebody else's feelings. Is that ignorant? That I feel bad for it, but I don't at the same time, because I'm excited, because it just means that my practice is evolving, and that's exciting.